It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the 2021 Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Browns and the Texans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the ninth-year QB out of Eastern Illinois, author of 2 magical playoff runs in the last 3 seasons, Jimmy Garoppolo.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Here we go.
Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo now. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The kick by Golden is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year. In his 3rd season now, it's Joe Burrow.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get...
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Texans scoop it. And some room to roam now. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He completes it to Boyd. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Herbert once more. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Herbert. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Boyd, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Now Burrow on 1st down. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Fights through him, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the delay, here's Hunt. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be right short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Burrow going to keep it himself.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Joe Burrow
keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Greg Stroman back deep waiting for it. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. 2nd down coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow will throw. Campbell making the catch. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Now this is into the hands of Campbell downfield.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And he goes out right around the 39.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This is caught, it's Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo. His throw incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo.
Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete.
Touchdown! Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass in his first half.
And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Burrow
taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We begin with a couple of teams who met in the playoffs just a few years back. Peyton Manning versus Ray Lewis. It's Denver heading east to take on Baltimore. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Texans, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Now it's Burrow.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Julian Love picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for 2 here. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And they turned a pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. A quick throw finds T.J. Hockenson, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. You're the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Burrow on play action.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
On the move to his left.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Paris Campbell
from a yard out.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Garoppolo now. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
65.
Garoppolo again. Thomas has got it, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
This drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st.
Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him throw that challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, so the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A handoff running left is Dobbins. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And here comes a return for the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his right. And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
They get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Down inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Curtis Samuel, 43 yards. And the Browns get a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Houston set to take over. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Second and 5 now. Garoppolo. That'll be caught by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. On first down, Garoppolo. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This offense so far on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This will go to Henry out wide. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Burrow. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
A big play that time for Cleveland. An even 50 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Burrow will throw. Touchdown, Browns. T.J. Hawkinson from 6 yards away.
And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they'll take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
He'll get that complete to Khalil Herbert.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Out to his left. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, who watched him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Burrow on play action. That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And they will take a knee here.
Here we go.
2nd and 11. A handoff for Herbert. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour, so photo shit. All I know is to go get it.
When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the $100, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, nah, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones.